Well, hello there. It's Denise Taylor here. Checking in again, and we have been having some incredible conversations. Just really some of the key learnings that I have taken from my 4 years in full time entrepreneurship. And I want to continue with that today. Now, if we haven't had a chance to connect before now, I want you to know that I help accomplished leaders and experts strategically translate their expertise into market demand. After spending years leading in corporate America and now 4 years doing my own thing as a full time entrepreneur, I've learned that the next level of success isn't always another promotion. Sometimes it is building something of your own. And through coaching and speaking and strategy, which I love, I help people leverage their experience, clarify their positioning, and create businesses that align with both their expertise and the vision they have for their future. And so I want to welcome you in today, especially if that resonates with you. I'm so excited that you're here and I'm excited to be a part of your journey. Now, I will tell you, this is a train in motion. For the last couple of weeks, I have been talking about my takeaways from my celebration of being in full time entrepreneurship for the last 4 years. If you've missed the prior episodes, I want to invite you to go back. I have talked about some really key nuggets about corporate to entrepreneur and the journey, and some of the wisdom that I've gleaned. I've talked about, translating your expertise and how important that is. I've talked about the fact that your messaging must create recognition and how important that is. And today, I want to step into the business model that matters way more than the idea. One of the things I understand now that I didn't fully grasp when I started my entrepreneurial journey is this: not every good idea deserves to become a business. And I know that that is often hard to hear because for so long we have been told follow your passion. We have been told go for the big things that you are dreaming of. But I want to just stick with this truth that not every good idea deserves to become a business. Now, before you come for me, I do believe in ideas. I believe in possibilities. I believe in innovation. But after 4 years in, I see something more clearly, so much more clearly now. The business model matters more than the idea. And I wish I understood this sooner. Like many people who step into entrepreneurship, I spend a lot of time thinking about offers. I spend a lot of time thinking about programs and services and packages and new ideas. What was the next thing I could create? And while there's nothing wrong with that, I eventually realized something. And that is, the question isn't what can I sell? The question is, what am I actually building? And those are two very different conversations because a good idea can still create a business that you don't enjoy running. A good idea can still create a business that's difficult to scale. And a good idea can still create a business that demands more of you than you're willing to give. I see this happen all the time with so many accomplished professionals. They have expertise, they have credibility, they have a strong desire to serve. And then they immediately jump into what offer should I create? But that's not the first question I would ask today. Today, I would ask, what kind of business are you trying to build? I would ask, how do you want it to fit into your life? I would ask, how do you want it to generate revenue? I would ask, how dependent should it be on you? And I certainly would ask, what are you actually optimizing for? You see, those answers should shape the business model. And unfortunately, there are questions that we often don't consider until we have something built that doesn't fit who we are. You see, those questions should shape the business model, not the other way around. Now, one of the things I've become increasingly passionate about is helping people build businesses around expertise. Not because it's trendy and not even because it's easy, but because I've seen the power of taking what someone already knows, has already done, and can already deliver and build a business around that foundation. I call them expert-based businesses. Businesses where your knowledge, your experience, your perspective, and problem-solving ability become the asset. And honestly, that's becoming an even bigger focus in my work as I move forward. What I see clearly now is that entrepreneurship isn't just about creating offers. It is about creating revenue pathways. It's about understanding how all the pieces fit together, how people discover you, how they engage with you, how they buy from you, how they continue growing with you. That's a much more strategic conversation than simply creating another offer. And as I look toward the next chapter of my own business, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. I'm less interested in helping people just start businesses, and I'm more interested in helping them build the right businesses. Businesses that are rooted in expertise, businesses that are built with intention, businesses that are designed to create both impact and income. Because those are two things that are very important, but yet different. And a great business has to learn how to do both. You see, 4 years in, here's what I know. The ideal absolutely matters, but the business model matters more because the business model determines whether the thing you're building can actually support the life you're trying to create. And that's a lesson worth learning early in the process. Now, if you're trying to figure out what kind of business actually makes sense for you or how to build a business around your expertise instead of chasing random ideas, I would love to help. I want to invite you to book a call with me, a free corporate to entrepreneur call with me. And my calendar is directly accessible to you at www.callwithdenise.live. Now, I don't have representatives. You get to talk to me. I'm going to ask you a series of questions so that I can understand a little bit more about what it is your expertise can bring to the market. I also want to understand where your life decisions reside now. It's important for us to bring the life factor to the table. And so I always ask questions about how you envision the business fitting into your life. Now, when you go to www.callwithdenise.live, you are going to see my calendar and you're going to select the date and time that works best for you. And when you do that, it will book directly on my calendar for us to meet at the time you selected. Now, I am so excited to continue bringing forth all of the wisdom that I've learned in my time. And I want to look forward to talking with you about what you're interested in building and whether it's designed to take you where you actually want to go. And I look forward to your conversation with me when you book your call. And I'll look forward to talking with you next time.